Hey, konnichiwa, minasan. It's Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House over in Japan. Are you good? Are you Genki? Okay, I have a review of The Ambassadors, issue 2. It's by Mark Millar and it's got art in this issue by Karl Kerschl. I think I'm pronouncing that right. He's a Canadian comic book artist, so shout out to Zax if you're there, mate. And there's a variant cover here by Frank Quietly, who did the main art on the last issue, issue 1. I like these both. I can do grammar. I'm a teacher. I like them both. What do you think? Which one do you prefer? You've got the Karl Kerschl cover and the Frank Quietly variant. Anyway, let's get on with this. So, it came out on Wednesday. Where are we? April the 12th, is that right? And it's priced at $3.99. Now, I don't know if you know this, but The Ambassadors is being released twice a month, and there are only going to be 6 issues. Each issue will have a different artist for it. I really like Karl Kerschl's art here. It's a different style, of course, to Frank Quietly. Kerschl delivers a bright and almost anime style of art with some lovely pages and panels that are complemented by Michel Asar-Sarkern's colouring. Wow, let me try and say that again. Asar-Sarkern's colouring, is that right? Anyway, Michel does a great job. It's bright, it's beautiful, and it's fascinating how a different artist can change the feel of a comic book. Issue 1 feels a bit more serious as well as weirder than this issue, but not that that's anything negative. Kerschl's art really suits this issue's story, and I had a great time with this story. You get a really good character development, you get more of the world building of this world and what's going on with the Korean doctor we saw from last issue. What she's doing, she's trying to raise a team of 6 ambassadors, 6 superheroes from around the world. And this one, of course, as you can tell by the cover, is the Indian superhero. So, yeah, just a really fun comic. Really, really good. Well written. Some funny commentary again about superheroes. That's the second issue this week that Mark Millar's dropped a little superhero, not dig, but kind of, ironic commentary. I'm enjoying that. If you haven't read Nemesis Reloaded issue 4, please check that out as well. I've got a review of it on my channel. So what we'll do is we'll go on with the story summary. It's a brief one, but of course, because I'm going to show some of the pages, I'm going to tell some of the story, there will be minor spoilers. Anyway, please keep watching. Here we go. In the second issue of Mark Millar's The Ambassadors, we meet Codename India. Delhi phone shop worker Binnu Bhatia is walking through a mall with his friend Jay when the mall is attacked by a group of armed men. Geeta, the girl he fancies, gets grabbed by one of the gunmen and Binnu offers to trade himself for her. It's a noble and crazy act which surprises the gunman, who then shoots Binnu without a second thought. Fucking idiot. Before he can turn his gun on Geeta, armed police take out the gunmen. The last we see of Binnu, he's sprawled on the floor, his eyes open, staring. But is he alive or dead? The scene then shifts to base control, Antarctica. Dr. Chun Hei has had 400 million applicants for her ambassador's program. She's looking for ordinary people who have performed extraordinary acts of heroism, and she's focusing on likely team players. But it's not easy to find good people you can trust. I like this comment here by Dr. Chun Hei. She says, "This global obsession with costumed characters is absolutely fascinating. It just shows what a good job Disney's marketing department has been doing." If we're talking Disney from a few years ago, from when Iron Man came out until, Avengers Endgame maybe? Yeah, I would agree with that. It is fascinating how popular, how big the cape and cowl superhero movies have become, but aren't you all feeling a kind of apathy about them? And I can't believe I'm saying that, sat here as a huge comic book fan, but I could happily take a big, long rest from superhero movies, 5 years, maybe more. Let's take a break from the movies and stick with really good comics like this. Okay, spoiler warning, but you can probably tell by the cover and by the issue. Yes, of course, Binnu survives, but only just. He's operated on. The next time we see him, he's with Dr. Chun Hei at her base control in Antarctica. And then the rest of the comic takes us through Binnu's training montage as he learns how to use different powers that appear to be downloadable a la Neo in the Matrix. Jiu-Jitsu? I'm gonna learn Jiu-Jitsu. And here we get to see his costume as Dr. Chun Hei introduces Ladies and gentlemen, meet Codename India. He's not that crazy about his costume, but hey, I think it's pretty cool. I like the design. It's using the flag of the country, the country members. Binu thinks it's a bit obvious and suggests that maybe using the country's national animals instead. Yeah, that can be a good idea for some countries, but what about Australia? The ambassador would be a kangaroo, says Dr. Chunhei. Okay, we start to see some of the scenes of him testing out or learning how to use his powers. And there's a great one here where we see him perched on what appears to be a satellite. Suddenly, it's in orbit. He's levitated the thing. Shit. Now, says Dr. Chunhei, I want you to jump from here right down into the ocean, far below. This is insane, says Binu. Okay, let me stop my story summary here. There's still plenty of pages to go, plenty of story, but I've just got to say, I love the world building in this issue and I really like the character development. Okay, that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, I kept it short this time. Please go and pick up the issue because it's definitely worth a read. Some great art in here and a good developing story. Now check this out. I've just found there's a variant cover, a black and white variant of the main cover by Karl Kerschl. Look at that. My God, it looks so cool. Look at the detail. It just makes me want to start, to get a copy first of all and start colouring in with pencil crayons. Don't you want to colour one? Anyway, that's it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop a comment. Let me know what you thought. And are you buying this issue? This is Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House signing off for the night. Saying, matane.